Facts First presents Top 10 Most Bizarre Foods from Around the World. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all our videos. One of the big reasons that people love to travel is because it can be really fun to discover the foods that different cultures have to offer. Even the least adventurous person can likely find something new and exciting in a new location. When it comes to visiting different countries, however, you may experience a bit of a culture shock. What you may consider delicious might be thought of as disgusting to others, and vice versa. Even if you consider yourself to have a refined palate or willing to try even the most daring of foods, there are some dishes that can only be eaten by those who have acquired the taste for them. Here are some of the most bizarre foods that you can find across the globe. 1. FUGU. This dish is extremely popular in Japan. In fact, people there have been eating this certain type of puffer fish for centuries. However, if it isn't prepared exactly right, this dish could actually kill you. There's even a law that the Emperor of Japan is forbidden to eat this food for that very reason. The reason this fish is so potentially dangerous to eat is that a few of the organs found in the fish, such as the liver and its eyes, harbor a certain kind of poison. If the chef preparing the meat cuts into any of these organs by accident, this poison, known as tetrodotoxin, can get into the rest of the meat, making it lethal to consume. To avoid the risk, chefs who prepare this dish have to be granted a license by the state in order to legally serve it. It must be pretty delicious if people are willing to run the risk of dying in order to eat it. 2. Sannakji. Native to South Korea, the name of this dish translates into baby octopus in English. Many people love to eat octopus, but this particular meat is a little bit more adventurous than that. The certain species that this dish consists of is a type of octopus whose nervous system is extremely complex. Often, even after the octopus has been served, the tentacles continue to move while they're still on the plate. You have to be extra careful while eating sannakji, as the wriggly tentacles can cause you to choke while eating them. It's usually best to take small bites and chew thoroughly before you swallow. 3. Blood clams. This kind of mollusk may have a scary name, but it's quite a popular dish in Korea. This species of clam, Tegelarca granosa, was given their name based on the red liquid that collects inside their tissue. The only really unsettling part about this dish is that they need to be cleaned very carefully before being served. These clams can only be found deep under sand and mud, and as such can be covered in lots of bacteria. So long as they're given a proper cleaning, however, they're perfectly safe and delicious to eat. 4. Frog legs. Frog legs were initially considered a delicacy in France and China, but the dish has since spread to the southern United States as well. The American bullfrog is especially common in the South and is very easy to catch and clean in order to make this dish. While some people might be disgusted by the prospect of eating such a slimy animal, many others swear by the dish, and it has been steadily gaining popularity. In fact, some people go so far as to claim they taste exactly like chicken wings. If you think you're brave enough to try this food, you might just find it's quite tasty. 5. CASU MARZU. Cheese is loved by people all over the world, but especially France and Wisconsin. It's a very common food, and you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who would turn up their nose at some mozzarella or cheddar. CASU MARZU, however, is a different story. This cheese comes from Sardinia and is produced from sheep milk. Where it gets weird, however, is when you learn how it's made. CASU MARZU contains live maggots that burrow into the cheese, eat it, and pass it through their bodies, making the cheese especially soft by breaking down all of its fats. This gives it its unique flavor. It's been described as tasting like a very ripe gorgonzola, but you'd have to be extremely brave to try it for yourself. Even when served, the cheese still contains the maggots. 6. Haggis. This beloved dish from Scotland seems utterly bizarre to many other countries around the world. It's a type of pudding, but not the type of pudding you're thinking of. Most Americans associate pudding with dessert, but puddings can be either sweet or savory. Haggis is made from the heart, liver, and lungs of a sheep, seasoned with many other ingredients, and then it's all cooked inside the sheep's stomach before being served. Many people are apprehensive to try it at first, but most people praise it for how savory and nutty the dish is. Haggis is one of those dishes that likely originated from lower-class people who couldn't afford to buy more expensive meats, and had to settle for being creative with the less desirable parts of an animal. Many other delicious dishes have originated in the same way, such as chitterlings, and haggis is an excellent example of just how creative humans can be. In fact, haggis is so popular that even Robert Burns decided it was worth writing a poem about. 7. Tuna eyeballs. Most people have eaten tuna at some point in their lives, but not many have eaten the eyeballs. Fish eyes look kinda creepy, and a lot of people would be wary of actually eating one. In Japan, however, tuna eyeballs styles are so popular you can find them at just about any supermarket, and they're not very expensive either. The taste has been described as being similar to squid or octopus, so as long as you can get over its creepy appearance, it might actually be quite delicious. 8. Surströmming. This dish is beloved in Sweden, but it comes with a terrible price. It's made from Baltic Sea herring, which is then fermented for at least 6 months before you can eat it. The smell it creates is so potent that most people have to eat it outside in order to enjoy it. Apparently, it tastes much better than it smells because some people are willing to pay the price. Still, most people would be much happier with a fish that is a little less rotten. 9. Fried spider. Lots of people are terrified of being in the same room as a spider, much less eating one. In Cambodia, however, fried spiders are extremely popular, especially in the town of Skuon, which serves the absolute best. The spiders are marinated in MSG, sugar, and salt, and then they are fried in garlic. It's been described as tasting somewhere in between chicken and cod, so if you can get over the creepy legs, it may be worth trying. Insects have actually become quite a popular dish, especially in places where it costs a lot of money to raise or purchase livestock. Insects are far more abundant than cows or pigs and still provide a lot of protein. 10. Bird's nest soup. No matter how badly you may want to try this dish, you probably will never get the chance unless you're a millionaire. The dish is so difficult to prepare that it can cost up to $10,000 per pound. The soup is made from the nest of a swiftlet, a kind of bird that builds a nest out of its own saliva and feathers atop very high cliffs. Scouts climb up these tall cliffs on a dangerous expedition to discover which nests are ready to pick. Once the nests have been retrieved, cleaners have to painstakingly remove every individual feather and then carefully decontaminate the entire nest. From there, it's cooked into a gelatinous sort of soup that reportedly tastes oddly sweet. The dish can be found in very high-end restaurants in China. If you ever happen to have $10,000 lying around, this might be the perfect way to spend it. Different cultures from around the world have so many amazing and unique dishes to offer. While some of these foods may not be for the faint of heart, it's always good to expand your horizon and try new things. Next time you're traveling, you should give some of these bizarre foods a try. Who knows, they may become your new favorite. Did any of these dishes sound delicious to you? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Factsverse for more videos.